Hello, it's Friday, April 28th of 23, and we're all done trucking for the day. I'm going to go into Crescent Bay to see about picking up those races for that cat, so we can get that together tomorrow. Me and Phil will work at it. It's going to be an interesting little project. So we'll see if they got them available, pick them up, and bring them on out back home there and work at that tomorrow morning. This is where I get my cat parts ordered and delivered. Fred says they should be in there sometime this week. Well, it's Friday, so I'm going to assume that he's got the bearing races for that pinion drive. Just go in here and just check it out. Well, we got a pair of our races here. We're going to take them home and prep that pinion and sweat these babies on. Okay, this morning is the morning where we're going to do a little sweating of bearing races on the pinion shaft. I got this new race from the part store, the Crescent Bay there yesterday, from Cat. So we're going to warm it up, and the way I'm going to do it is I got a can of water here and just going to put that in there, open up this old barbecue, got her heating up, and we'll just let that heat up there for a while, and when I get the pinion and everything ready to go, well, we'll just sweat that on there. Here we go with the pinion, and what I got is this big nut of it anchored in the vise already. And we're just going to screw that in there so it'll hold it. So I can run the wire wheel around it and just turn it like that, clean her up a bit. And then by the time we get that done, that barbecue is going to have that race warmed up just enough, I'm thinking. We'll just run a little emery cloth around it as well. The shaft has not got a clean polish to it. It's got some staining, but I think for the most part that's just going to be all right. Okay. I think we might as well just try getting that damn race on there. If I can shake it right on there, get it out of the coffee can here. I'm not sure yet, maybe a steady hand. Well, this ain't going to be enough. And then, of course, your hammer falls apart. Perfect timing. That's the problem when you're using Granddad's hammer. And I'm 70. Goes the hammer again. I think I'll just go get a bigger hammer. find a flat spot on this whole booger. I think she's seated. It just feels, I know there's a gap there, shoulder. Yeah. And it just, that last couple of taps felt solid. So there we got that one. Now we'll just turn this rigging around, get another one boiled up, and put this one on. Oh, she's a boiling. Might have better luck with this one. It's almost simmered dry. Okay. I'll get her down close first. Okay. She's what? She's gonna be a little bit ignorant, isn't it? Half a turn, yeah. There she's going. Where's our gauge? He's almost there, so. Looks like you're there. Yeah, we're gonna call that good. It's away from that gear. I don't know what the thickness is for that deflector ring. It's only as big as the gears, but it's to space out this race so it'll be tighter. When I took it apart, there was quite a bit of play between bearings. So I think that's going to be good. If we have to squish it together, I'll have to take it into town and get it pressed in. Or rig a thing to press it. I think we did it, Phil. Okay, we're going to, we've got some sort of a press contraption organized here. I got these parts together, and we're just going to rest that on there. I'm going to put the hub flange on. Just like that. I'm going to run this nut on just so it centers my pushing part there. And then we got this. How many tons did you say this was, Phil? 12-ton bottle jack. And I have this here bolt that is to the right length I need to nest it between the jack and the frame for the to operate the blade. And I'm just going to hope that that is enough to give us some push. I don't need 25 tons of push. All I want is like 5,000 or 10,000 tons just to push the splines onto the shaft. Put our lock washer on and put our nut on it, and we'll hopefully call it good. And then we'll put the whole assembly back in place. Hopefully this is going to pressure up and not escape on us and cut my knees off or something. I'm going to get a longer. I'm going to say that's pretty good for our intents and purposes. And we'll just release it and put the nut on and try to get it set into place into the casting over there for the final drive. Well, I don't know how this got in there, but anyway, this is a shot of my Cossack coffee that I like to make. A friend of mine told me about how to make it, and it's just basically infused coffee into vodka. So if anybody wants to know how to do that, just let me know. Let's get back at that cat. Okay, we have up to now, we've managed to make some sort of a makeshift press to press this disc onto that spline shaft using the blade, hydraulic frame of the blade, and with a hydraulic jack, and I put 10 12,000 pounds on it. And that's all I'm really wanting to do. And then once we got that done, we run this nut on with the locking washer, run that nut on, just hold it in place, and we got that installed into the pinion bull gear. And now we're trying to get all the bolts in to hold those flanges in. We got to work through this hole, turning it around, and I got Phil at the other end with the jack, and he's just jacking the tracks backwards to rotate this wheel forward, or the flange forward. So we already got 3 in. We have a bolt to put in there, and hopefully it's going to start. And it has. So we'll just get that bucked up in there. And we're going to keep working our way around till we get the other 3 or 4, whatever they are, in. And then we got, of course, once they're all in, got to go around once more just to torque all the bolts up. And then that'll be done. That'll be installed. Okay, there we are. We got all those bolts in there, went around twice, torqued them in. Now all that's left here is, for one thing, I just got to put this here cap in. Little bolt to hide that hole. Tighten that up and set that fold over lock. I'll have to get my big socket on there with a pipe wrench, torque that in. And I have noticed that we are tight. We got little to no end play on this thing now. The other side still has end play, but this one here, after we got it all torqued in for some reason, because we tried it before and there still was a little end play, but now there's none. It seems to be good. So on top of that, we got the neighbor here. He come along because he can weld. Neither Phil or I can weld. And the neighbor come along and welded this bolt into place on top of the casting so I can tighten that set screw in to hold that bearing case in properly. So after that's all said and done, tilt you back a little bit. That's kind of a nice shot. Got the sun right directly behind my head there, and it's making the old hair just glow. But anyway, it's going to be a wrap for the video. We got what we set out to accomplish. We got the races on the pinion. We got that installed inside the final drive case there. We got the flange pressed onto the spline, and the thing torqued up, and all of the bolts put into the castings there that hold the main bearing and the seal in place. So she's all tightened up, and next step is going to be working at our steering clutches. So that's a wrap for today. We'll catch up to you later.